Imagine a universe where time doesn't just flow, it dances. A cosmos where the impossible becomes real and the laws of physics bend to a rhythm no one saw coming. Welcome to the world of time crystals, a discovery so strange, so breathtaking, it feels like we've stumbled onto the edge of reality itself. Picture a crystal, not the kind you'd find glittering in a cave with atoms frozen in a perfect repeating pattern across space. No, this is something far wilder. A time crystal doesn't just sit still. It moves through time, looping, oscillating, repeating forever, like a heartbeat that never fades. It's a material that defies the relentless march of the universe, a perpetual motion machine born from the quantum deep end. Let's break that down with an analogy. A regular crystal is like a tiled floor with a pattern that repeats across a room. That's the space part. A time crystal is more like a clock that ticks forever without needing to be wound up. The tick-tock is the repeating pattern, but it happens in time, not space. And the crazy part? Normally, things in nature need energy to keep moving or changing. For example, a pendulum will eventually stop swinging unless you keep pushing it. But a time crystal keeps ticking or cycling through its pattern forever, without any extra energy. It's like a magical clock that never stops. So why are time crystals so special? Time crystals are a big deal because they break a basic rule of nature. In physics, there's this idea called time translation symmetry, which just means the laws of nature are the same at any time, yesterday, today, or a million years from now. Most things in the universe follow this rule, but time crystals don't. They create their own repeating rhythm in time, which is like saying, I'm gonna do my own thing, thanks. This also makes him defy another rule called the second law of thermodynamics. That law says that everything in the universe eventually runs out of energy and stops, like how a hot cup of coffee cools down over time. But time crystals keep going forever without losing energy, which is why scientists say they break the laws of physics. Okay, so how do scientists make time crystals? Making a time crystal isn't easy. It's not like growing a crystal in a science kit. Scientists need super high-tech setups because time crystals only work under very specific conditions. Here's what they do. They use things like ions or other tiny particles and cool them down to temperatures close to absolute zero. That's 273 degrees super cold. They trap these particles using lasers or magnetic fields so they don't move around too much. Then they use more lasers to nudge the particles and get them to start the repeating pattern. So what can time crystals do? Right now, time crystals are mostly a science experiment, but they could be super useful in the future. Here are a couple of ideas. Quantum computers. Quantum computers are a new kind of computer that use quantum physics to solve really hard problems. They're super sensitive though, and time crystals might help keep them stable by keeping their parts in sync forever. Super accurate clocks. Because time crystals repeat so perfectly, they might help us make clocks that are insanely precise, which could be useful for things like GPS or space travel. Understanding the universe. Time crystals help scientists learn more about how weird quantum stuff works, which might unlock bigger secrets about how the universe behaves. So, there you go. Time crystals are like a magical, never-stopping clock that scientists are still figuring out. They're a little weird. That's what makes them so amazing. They show us that the universe has some pretty wild tricks up its sleeve. Does that make sense? Let me know if you want to dig into anything more.